Hello, everybody, and welcome to historic Holman Stadium. And that is the first pitch of this high school baseball game as we have La Rochelle at the plate facing Shaw for Nashua High South. Yes, it's South hosting the Bedford Bulldogs on this beautiful late May afternoon. A 7-inning contest as Shaw's Bender hits the outside corner and a couple of quick strikes to the leadoff hitter for the Bedford Bulldogs, Ethan La Rochelle, who's playing center field today for Bedford. That curveball was headed for the outside corner as well, charging on the play and over to first in plenty of time, Hunter Ward. A good first step with the speedy leadoff hitter charging down the line. No other choice for Ward but to come and get that one, and he did. One up, 3 pitches, and 1 down for the South starting pitcher, this afternoon. It is a partly sunny day. It's a high pop that's going to fall playable, but too far of a jaunt for the South catcher to get over there in time. Temperatures were in about the 60s today after a sweltering weekend that we had. Fortunately, a cool front has come through. Weather stayed dry. This is the first of a high school doubleheader this afternoon and evening here at Holman Stadium as BG gets set to play against Nashua North later. This curveball is up and away, didn't quite catch the upper outer back door. So Nick Shaw, the starting pitcher for South, working deliberately. That one is in on the hands of the 2-hitter for the Bedford Bulldogs, catcher Corbett. Welcome to all our viewers on Nashua's ETV channel 96 and also Bedford TV, BC TV. Cade Corbett fouls that one off to the right, just missing a poor young lady that was walking past the snack table that's set up on the concourse here. Good heads up, though. She knew the ball was coming and was able to defend herself instead of just leaving it up to chance. There's another ground ball. This one more sharply hit. A momentary bobble, but Ward puts a little bit extra mustard on that throw and gets it there in time to get the hustling Cade Corbett. 2 up, 2 ground balls to the second baseman, and 2 out for Shaw, who's been working that outside corner well to get the top 2 batters in the Bedford order. Now the Bulldogs sending up their shortstop. All right-handed hitters so far. This is Giuliano, looks at a bender over the outside corner. Slow curveballs piling up the strikes. Shaw working from just about the stretch here. It's a sort of a hybrid stretch windup sort of deal that a lot of pitchers like to do these days. That looked like a straight change for strike 2. Swinging right through that. And now we'll do the 0-2 pitch. Goes right after him. High fly ball down the right field line is going to drift well foul. Looked like I had a chance to sneak down there inside the right field line. It was a long run for Leo Capico, but no chance, not enough height on it. Ryan Giuliano, he is a pitcher for this Bedford team as well, playing shortstop in today's game. Jumps out of the way of that one, down around his feet. 1 ball and 2 strikes. That is a pitch that you would imagine Shaw might think about hitting the back door after he throws that one. Kind of gets Giuliano to dance backwards out of the way. And now maybe stretch the plate to the other side a bit. The 1-2. That one's actually right down the middle, and it's fouled over our heads. Up in the zone, though. Maybe drifting toward the hands of Ryan Giuliano. Trying to get aboard here. Battling with 2 strikes on him. A 1-2 pitch here. That one's popped high in the air in the infield. And the first baseman, actually the shortstop, the catcher's got a call for it. Excuse me. It was a ball you thought might make it to the infield, but it never was even a fair ball. So 3 up, 3 down, a couple of grounders and a pop out, and impressive in his first inning of work. And we go to the Nicholas Shaw class of 2023, makes him a junior. Just got to check the years in my head as they go by so quickly. We're in 2022. This is the class of 2022, about to graduate here for Nashua High South and North and Bishop Girton, the teams that we cover on Nashua ETV. And once again, we welcome our Bedford BCTV viewers. If you're watching it on a Tuesday, May 24 of 2022, you're seeing it live from Holman. Beautiful day for baseball. So we get our first look at the warm-up tosses of the Bedford pitcher. Folis. Let's see what Mr. Folis's first name is. That would be Patrick. And he is a sophomore pitcher and a middle infielder, getting the start this afternoon. We're late in the season. Bedford and South are working on winning records for the year. They're in the middle tier in the standings, not quite at the lofty level of Portsmouth up on top. Portsmouth, by the way, I'll talk about them in a moment. They were 16-0 until yesterday. They got a shock. And Portsmouth, Pinkerton, and Exeter, Winnicott make up your top 4 right now in the New Hampshire boys baseball standings, heading rapidly into the playoffs. Starting this afternoon with an 11-5 record, these Panthers. Very respectable. They were on a 4-game winning streak. And that is ball 1 high, taken by River Hart. We've covered a few Nashua South games. I saw Albert De La Rosa handling the leadoff duty. He's in the on-deck circle, batting second. Hart absolutely rips one into the gap, and that's going to go past the left fielder. Center fielder gets to it, but River's going to coast into second base with a ringing double to lead off for the Panthers. In scoring position with one swing of the bat, River Hart, as he drives that pitch directly into the gap. The grass kind of acted like Velcro on that one and kept it from rolling all the way to the wall. Well, otherwise, River might have thought about 3 on that. Split the outfielders so well that it would have been difficult to throw him out at third had it gone to the wall. De La Rosa, first pitch swinging, threatening to drive it past the right fielder. It gets down. Hart had to wait with nobody out, and he stops at third base. So Albert De La Rosa wastes no time as he gets a base hit. So back-to-back hits here for the Panthers, and with nobody out, Dean Adams gets to bat here in the bottom of the first inning in a 0-0 game to this point. Albert De La Rosa, who's got home run power, especially to the pull side, caught Bedford by surprise there and went Rod Carew on them in the opposite way with that base hit. It's actually very good hustle by the right fielder for Bedford, Crespo, to get over there and get to it before it became a double. De La Rosa's going to take off, and he is safe at second. Pretty good throw by Bedford's catcher, Cade Corbett, right on line, but kind of a mishandle out there at shortstop, and that was fortunate for De La Rosa. Not a double steal, just a straight steal as River Hart stays put at third base. So that was a ball on the steal there to Adams. He takes a strike. It's 2-1. First base is empty with the 3-hitter up there. Got a pitch to hit there, a slow curveball over the plate, swinging strike 2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes, and it doesn't appear that Patrick Folis is pitching around the South 3-hitter with first base empty. That one's fouled down the left field line a long way. Too far for the Bedford left fielder Tagliaferro to get there because he's playing Adams at least straight up, if not to pull. As a left-handed batter, the left fielder Tagliaferro does seem to linger a little bit closer to the line as he returns to his position. 2 runners in scoring position for South, no outs yet here. Game 1 of a high school doubleheader at Holman. That's up and away with the fastball. Patrick Folis listed as a middle infielder. Not the biggest guy, but he has certainly a live arm. You can see why he's a pitcher. Line to left center is going to get down for at least one. They're going to wind home De La Rosa, and there will be no play at the plate. So Bedford chooses to pitch to the 3-hitter with first base empty, and they pay the price. A base hit to left center by Adams, driving in 2, and the Panthers lead it 2-0. 3 hits in a row to start the ball game for the Panthers offense, and still nobody out. The stolen base pays off for De La Rosa. 2-0, and Bedford still hunting for that first out. Did seem like Adams might have been daydreaming for just a second there, but he got away with it, getting back on the pickoff play. Isaiah Hedquist bounds it on 2 hops to the shortstop, to second for 1, and they turn it to first. Not in time. Good hustle down the line by Hedquist to beat out the back end of the would-be double play. So the first out of the first inning is by way of a fielder's choice, retiring Adams at second. And here's Devin Sawyer, the South left fielder, getting his first at-bat of the ball game against Patrick Folis. There goes the runner. Kind of got a starter step start there, and a good jump in the end for Hedquist, who steals second base and puts himself right into scoring position. Cade Corbett's throw a bit late and bounces into center field. Great backup there by the Bulldogs to prevent Hedquist from popping up and going to third. 1 out still, runner in scoring position. That's Paint on the outside corner. Good pitch there by Folis. He could use a bunch more of those against this tough South lineup. It all started for the Panthers with a solid double to left, almost in no man's land out there. They're going to throw a little bit late. That's a situation where Cade Corbett really needs to make a throw earlier if he's going to pick off Hedquist a good 30 feet off the bag there. He was able to inch his way back before the throw was made. The 1-2 pitch to Devin Sawyer. High heat, first strikeout of the game. Good pitch there from Folis. It was not in the zone, but it was too tempting for Sawyer to lay off. A strikeout swinging. Hunter Ward, the second baseman, has already got 2 infield assists in this game. First pitch swinging, tomahawks one into foul territory, third base side. 0-1. Hunter Ward at the plate, and Jake O'Connor, the Panther DH, awaiting on deck. Still only 1 out here in the Panther first. 2 runs in and 1 in scoring position. That bender catches the top middle of the strike zone, and it's 0-2 quickly. This would be a situation where a runner might think about stealing third with less than 2 out, but Hedquist not going, and that's good job. That's strike 3. So there was 2 out after the strikeout and the fielder's choice. That is the 3rd out of the inning as Ward swings through it. So the high fastball gets Patrick Folis out of a continuation of that inning. Does give up 2 runs, though, on 3 hits to start the ball game. A double by Hart, single by De La Rosa, and then a 2 RBI hit by Dean Adams. So we go to the top of the second inning. 2-0, the Panthers lead. I'm John Collins here on Nashua's ETV channel 96 live on a Tuesday, May 24, and also on Bedford BCTV. Welcome all viewers. Our camera crew today is Michaela Savageau of Nashua South, and also our tried and true veteran cameraman Tim O'Neill on the lens today at Holman Stadium. First of 2 games. We have South versus Bedford, and then Bishop Girton actually will be the home team tonight, taking on Nashua North in more late season action. All these playoff-bound teams tuning up as we get close to the tournament, which will start on Thursday with some preliminary round action, getting their seasons done with today and tomorrow, most of these clubs. So yesterday, 16-0 Portsmouth played against 2-14 Timberlane in Portsmouth, and the Owls came out on top in that game 9-7. So you never know in baseball. Standings do matter more at the high school level than anybody, but yesterday it was not the Clippers' day as the top team, the undefeated team in New Hampshire Division I, finally got a taste of defeat 17 games into the season with an unlikely loss to Timberlane at home. So Portsmouth is now 16-1, still having a terrific season. The 0-1 pitch is fouled back, so nothing but strikes here from Shaw as he works in the middle of the Bedford order. A couple of ground ball outs and a pop to the catcher in the first inning. Here's their right fielder. Crespo had a mighty cut right there. You can see that's a third place batter swing right there. Fourth in the order, the cleanup hitter. Type of bat speed right there from Crespo. The 0-2, that's a pitch in on the hands. He fouls it to the third base coach. He'll throw it right back in. There's a big difference between high school and major leagues. You see, if the ball even bounces in the majors, they throw it away. One and done. Foul tipped off of either the catcher, probably the umpire's equipment. 5 straight strikes here to the Bedford leadoff hitter in this inning, the right fielder Julio Crespo. The 0-2 pitch, that's up and away. Good take there by Julio. Trying to get something he can square up. And it looks like Shaw's content not to nibble, but coming right after him with strikes. That's up the silo in the infield. Another chance for Hulfatcher, the catcher. He puts it away. Nicely done. It's like a major league pop-up right there in the infield for Alex. Able to locate and put it away, and pitchers would certainly appreciate that. That's as good as his strikeout. You know, you get the batter to miss hit like that. Second pop up to the catcher in this game early, and with 1 out and no on, here's Muir. Looks at a backdoor slow curveball for a strike. Maddox Muir, first initial J, but apparently goes by his middle name of Maddox. And Maddox makes like Gary Maddox and hammers it way foul down over the bullpen area. 2 strikes. Familiar territory for South starting pitcher Nicholas Shaw, working with 2 strikes on the hitter. Hasn't been wasting much of anything. Panther defense play Muir straight up at all positions as he looks at one in the dirt. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Comfortable day to watch this game at Holman Stadium in the stands, and you can't beat the admission price either if you're in the area. Big swing and a miss, and Shaw's got his first strikeout. A couple of ground outs to second and a couple of pop outs, and now Nicholas Shaw works a strikeout into the repertoire. 2 outs, nobody on, and here's the designated hitter for Bedford. Big right-handed batter, Armand Rollo. Line drive, and the Bulldogs have their first base hit. Good turn and burn on that pitcher down the middle there by Rollo, and he looked like Shaw might have ducked there as that ball went by at about 90 miles an hour over his head for the first base hit. With 2 outs, Bedford has a base runner. And now their first left-handed batter of the game steps in there, Carter Crowley, who plays both outfield and second base. In this game, Crowley is at third, though. And calling for it. Nice play, finding the dugout and putting it away for out number 3. Ranging well into foul territory. Dean Adams makes the third out of the inning with some nice glove work there over in the danger zone near the dugout steps. So another pop out ends another inning for Nicholas Shaw. And South trying to go back up here and do some further damage at the plate, leading this one 2-0 as we go to the bottom of the second inning. Field once again looks beautiful here at Holman Stadium. Saw somebody put it on Twitter the other day, just a picture from the view that you're looking at right now, and just calling it the best baseball facility anywhere around. And it's hard to argue that with all the work that they put in. And at this time of the year, infield not too hardened yet, not dried out. Grass looks great. The hops look pretty much true, as I just jinxed all the infielders by saying that, but just a beautiful place to play baseball. And I know they have better equipment here, but I do appreciate a good lawn mow. I had to do it yesterday. I have enough where I have to mow for 2 hours to complete all like 8 sections around my house. Not saying I have a huge amount of acreage, but it's just a lot of lawn. Smaller house, a lot of lawn. High fly ball to right, and that's a tough play. Long range and nice catch just inside the line. Hunter Ward tracks it down. He's been playing some great second base. Actually, that's the Bedford second baseman, excuse me. Tracking that down was Hinton, second baseman. He's not in the batting order. He is being DH for, but that was one that Bobby Grich would have been proud of back in the day. Tall, lanky second baseman for the Angels. And who's the guy I saw made the greatest catch? Second baseman, Dwayne Kuiper for the Indians. I used to go to the Red Sox games and sit in the right field bleachers a lot. Best ticket I could afford back then in the 70s. So a pop up to the second baseman, and Dwayne Kuiper made the greatest catch I've ever seen live at Fenway. I don't know if he'd ever remember it if I told it to him. He's been a broadcaster in San Francisco, I think, forever. There's a nice play by the shortstop for Bedford. So they're flashing the gloves, these middle infielders. Juliano there, and Hinton, third, second baseman, and the shortstop. But I still remember how far out Dwayne Kuiper was toward the right field foul line, and he just went Superman horizontal and caught a ball that he had no business as a second baseman getting to. So all 3 middle infielders to the third baseman. Off the bag, he says. The umpire says he's safe at first base. So hustling all the way, Leo Capico gets on board. Jake O'Connor was retired by that pop-up to second. Hulfacker grounding out to the shortstop, and now Capico beats out, or actually causes the wide throw at first, hustling down the line. So it looked like a nice play there by Crowley for Bedford. And the coach from the dugout saw it differently, and he's going to ask the umpire at home to weigh in if that is possible. You rarely see the umpire at home overrule something that a base umpire is right on top of, and he does not overturn the call. First base umpire was right there. If anybody had a good view of a fielder's foot coming off a base, it was the first base umpire. He was on top of the play. Not much of an argument either from Bedford's first baseman, Maddox Muir. So 2 outs, man at first base. And there's a big swing and a miss and a stolen base. As Capico didn't have to slide, but it was a bobble by Cade Corbett, the Bedford catcher. He did want to throw it to second base, but just couldn't find the handle. So Nick Shaw, the pitcher, batting 9th spot. Actually, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, this is back to River Hart, who doubled his first time up. In a great spot here, chance to drive in a run suddenly. I mean, we leadoff hitters like to lead off. That's where the excitement's at, but it doesn't hurt to see the guy in front of you, the 9-hitter, get aboard every once in a while, as Capico did there, and get an RBI opportunity as River Hart has here. Looks at a high fastball. That's a good take right there, just inches above the zone. Hart saw some of his teammates strike out on that pitch. He lays off. That's when a hitter's locked in. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. The pitch to River Hart. Ripped high and deep to center. It's a tough play. Drifting back and making the catch against a tough Sun. Not an easy play at all out there for the center fielder, La Rochelle. It looked like he might have lost it at one point. It might have been just off the end of the bat a bit of River Hart, or else that would have went all the way to the wall as well. Nice drive. Good piece, but nothing to show for it as River flies out to deep center. So we go to the top of the third, 2-0. The Panthers still lead it here at Holman. Bedford has their 8-9-1 batters due up. It'll be Folis, the pitcher, followed by Tagliaferro, and back to the top of the order with La Rochelle. Number 6, Nicholas Shaw, junior left-hander, doing a nice job through 2. Let's see if he can keep it going through the bottom of the order, as Folis getting his first at-bat against his counterpart in this game. Batting in the 8th spot in the order, leading off here in the 3rd. First pitch swinging and hammers a worm killer past his coach at 3rd. Strike 1. 2 runs on 4 hits for the Panthers, hosting the visiting Bulldogs, who did get a base hit. Hard line drive from Armand Rollo last inning. Almost like one arm wanted to swing and the other was trying to hold back at the same time there for Patrick Folis, but it ends up being a swinging strike 2. Shaw's pitch spoiled way down the right field concourse way. And if you're a Bedford hitter, you're taking note of the fact that Nicholas Shaw is not wasting any pitches. 0-2 might as well be 3-2. There it is again. That one is down the line. That's going to be fair for a base hit. It had the look of a ball that was just going to squeak inside the stripe the whole way. That's a play where, if you're a right fielder on that and you saw the foul ball a second earlier, and if you are able to see into the catcher's mitt and know that the pitch is the very same, that's a situation where Leo Capico, if you're in right field, you might want to just cheat toward the line and make the guy beat you to right center, because he was kind of indicating that he wanted to go that way, just over first base, late swing on a curveball. Certainly a good job of waiting on the slow curve there by Folis for the leadoff hit. So Bedford threatening to rally here, starting with the bottom batters in the order, Folis and now Dominic Tagliaferro. Dominic spells it with two M's in the middle of that name. The 0-1 pitch. Ripped foul. So nothing but strikes here from Nicholas Shaw. Patrick Folis saw 4 strikes in his at-bat. Finally hit his second 0-2 pitch fair. And Tagliaferro has seen all strikes in his at-bat. And even though it's 0-2, he's thinking he's going to see another ball in the zone, and he does, and that's like a change-up there. He just got a piece of it off the catcher's mask. Alex Hulfacker's got to shake that one off as he really got his cage rattled literally on that pitch. And foul tip. Now, the end of my story about mowing the lawn for 2 hours yesterday is that I wore a mask, just like a COVID mask, the whole time to keep the pollen out. And I think it was a wise move because I don't feel any after effects, and I know I would have. It's really high pollen count season had I not worn one. With the sunglasses, they were fogging up. The pitch, foul back. Let the record show 8 straight strikes to start the inning from Nicholas Shaw. So you say some pitchers have a trouble finding the zone. Shaw's difficulty might be that he's not willing to waste one because these hitters are just in go mode. You gotta be. There's a pop-up shallow left field, and a good job of calling off the infielder there by South's Devin Sawyer, who has his first put out of the game as he retires Dominic Tagliaferro, first out of the inning. Back to the top of the order now. Ethan LaRochelle grounded out to second base his first time up. Ringing shot to center is going to be caught. Sliding play. Great first step reaction. River Hart takes a base hit away from Ethan LaRochelle, who's got to be stunned that he didn't get a base hit out of that one. But Hart was playing semi-shallow and had a great first step. Timed it, and he made it look easy. It was not an easy play. See a lot of fielders pull up and play that thing on a hop when it's hit like that. 2 outs, still a runner at first base. South protecting a 2-0 lead at this point. And there's a rare pitch out of the strike zone. Cade Corbett grounded out to second his first time up. I'm going to put an L8 in the scorecard for that last out. Line out to center by LaRochelle. Golfed left center. Again, a long run for Sawyer, but he gets to almost the same spot and the same result, a fly out to left field to end the inning. Solid defense being played behind both pitchers, and we go to the bottom of the third, a 2-0 Nashua South lead here at Holman. The catcher warming up the pitcher right now is Margaret Fox. Margaret Fox, a catcher and a pitcher for Bedford. And you can see why she flicks the ball to the mound. She's got a good arm on Bedford's backup catcher, who has pitched for this varsity team as well. That'd be something to see on Nashua TV, maybe next season if we are lucky. Margaret is a sophomore, class of 2024. Albert De La Rosa will be the batter. Going to alert Tom King to that story, developing story out of Bedford. Albert De La Rosa, who we saw hit a game-changing solo home run here earlier in the season in a thriller against BG. Takes a strike on the upper outer. He can hit fastballs, though, folks, as he did in that game against a 17 strikeout performance. That was Pinkerton, actually, I just remembered. The Pinkerton ace. That's ripped far and deep and foul down the left field line. And it got out of here in an eye blink as De La Rosa gives everybody a glimpse of why he is a top prospect to play on at higher levels. 0-2 is the count on De La Rosa as he swats at a gnat in his face and pops it up foul. It's one he maybe want to call timeout on, but swatted at the insect, whatever it was bugging him, and then took a swat at the baseball. 0-2 is the count. Patrick Folis kicks and delivers, and he misses high. Folis clearly trying to put a little bit extra on his fastball against the hard-hitting slugger, Albert De La Rosa, the South catcher. The 1-2. Ground ball, foul. Good spoil there by De La Rosa, who was seeing that pitch drift back over the outside corner at the knees, not one you want to take and leave up to the umpire. In fact, it did look like a strike. The pitch fouled off to the right here out of play as the A1010 Wilson baseballs keep flying everywhere but between the foul lines. We'll do the 1-2 pitch again from Patrick Folis. Timeout call. You can see Albert De La Rosa trying to interrupt Folis's rhythm. Back in there. Big swing. Fouls it off. That was a good pitch by Folis in that it really didn't get much of the plate, if anything. It was flirting with the inside corner, but also the stripe on the batter's box. That's a great idea, and it just missed. He definitely caught De La Rosa by surprise there. The upper inner corner was in play, and the ump did not give Folis that call. So 2-2, Albert De La Rosa may be fortunate to still be up there. Let's see what he gets here. Fouls it off. Good pitch again by Folis. High compete level here against Albert as he tried to go up and in and then down and away with the fastball, and both of those were really close to being the third strike of the at-bat. It's still 2-2 now to De La Rosa in the at-bat of the game so far. Hard hit ball down the line, base hit. De La Rosa wins the battle. Let's see if he goes to second. He will have to pull up and go back. Good play in left field by Dominic Tagliaferro to get over there, but a great idea of how good a hitter this Albert De La Rosa is, as you can't really pitch him much better than Patrick Folis just did, and yet De La Rosa 2 for 2 with a line drive base hit to right and now to left inside the third base bag. He is aboard to start things here in the third. It's the 2-3-4 hitters that were due up for South, and so Dean Adams has got the biggest hit of the game, a 2-run single. He had 2 runners in scoring position with nobody out in the first inning, and he plated both runs with a line drive single to left center. Kind of a if not a questionable decision to pitch to Adams with first base empty as the 3 hitter. Maybe a questionable location on that pitch. It was just too good. Hard hit to right. It's up and it is caught by the right fielder. Taking a shot at first base was Crespo in exactly the right spot. Adams hit it pretty well, but right at the right fielder. And that is the first out of the third inning. Isaiah Hedquist grounded into a fielder's choice and stole second before he was stranded there back in the first inning. As Folis checks in on the runner De La Rosa. South was aggressive early on Cade Corbett, the Bedford catcher. Everybody seemed to be running, but I don't know if Albert De La Rosa's got a little bit of maybe a leg ailment of some kind, or just doesn't want to take his chances here. But he has not taken off on any of these offerings yet from Folis. The 0-1. And a rather conservative lead, too, for Albert. One ball, one strike. Of course, if Hedquist finds a gap, we may see Albert De La Rosa pick him up and put him down. There he goes. Hard hit to center, and it's going to be a out. Good job tracking that one down. Ethan LaRochelle is playing fine center field. Dean Adams put a bit of a charge into it. Ball doesn't seem to be carrying today, or coincidentally, a lot of these flyouts have been off the ends of the bat. Haven't really had the carry that we have seen from deep flies in other games. The farthest hit fly ball in the air was by River Hart last inning, as his counterpart in center field tracked it down in deep left center at the track. So Devin Sawyer batting with 2 out, and a quick throw to first. De La Rosa's back. He was stealing on a previous pitch. Let's see if he goes here with Devin Sawyer at the plate, trying to get into scoring position maybe with 2 out. Sawyer struck out swinging on a high fastball his first time up. Chin music, throw to first. De La Rosa back standing on all of these throws. Not really taking any risks over there, but drawing a lot of attention. That one's up and away. That would have been a good pitch to try to throw somebody out on, almost like a pitch out there to Sawyer. But meanwhile, Folis is behind in the count to the south left fielder, Devin Sawyer. The pitch. Big swing. He got a good one to hit there and just swung through it. 2 balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs, man at first base, and a 2-0 lead for the team hosting here at bat, Nashua South. There will be no throw. Ball forced Cade Corbett to his knees way outside on the pitch, and a tremendous jump by De La Rosa. So he is in scoring position with the stolen base with 2 out. And now a 3-2 count to Devin Sawyer. Folis checks the runner, kicks and throws, and misses. Ball 4. So 2 base runners now for South with 2 out, and Hunter Ward struck out his first time up on a high fastball. Isaiah Hedquist was at second base in that first inning, ready to score. And Ward escapes getting hit there as it was way inside. 1 ball and no strikes. And this time at second is Albert De La Rosa. Ward hammers it to left, but it's going to be caught deep left field. Over flirting with that brick wall where it says 307. That ball carried about 290 in the air, but nothing to show for it for Hunter Ward after a good piece on that swing. So 3 balls to the outfield, 2 line drives mixed in, and 2 runners left on base. South still leads it 2-0 as we go to the top of the 4th inning. Nicholas Shaw completes his warm-up tosses for Nashua South, and the Panthers starter gets set to face the middle of the order for the second time in this ball game. Ryan Giuliano, Julio Crespo, and Maddox Muir, the 3, 4, 5 hitters for Bedford due up. Bulldogs trailing 2-0 here in the top of the 4th inning at Holman. First pitch swinging, Ryan Giuliano pops it to the first baseman. Calling ball, 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 and putting it away, Isaiah Hedquist for out number 1. 1 up, 1 pitch, and 1 down here in the top of the 4th inning. Julio Crespo, great baseball name, right fielder, and batting number 4 in the order, the cleanup batter. Not a big kid, but boy, he can take a swing. See if we get a chance to see it here. Lays off that pitch because it was on the upper outer corner. Nice paint there from Nicholas Shaw. In addition to taking a big cut, looks like Crespo to me is a dead pull hitter. And there it is. Oh, he cues it right toward the second baseman. Ward, tough play in time. Hunter Wirtz made a couple of those in this game where he's had a hard charge and be flawless, especially on that try there with Crespo hustling down the stripe, and it was a nice play by the second baseman for the second out of the inning. So just 3 pitches here from Shaw, and he's got 2 outs. As he faces Maddox Muir, he struck him out the first time on high heat. That changeup looked perfect, but it must have been low. Ball 1 to Maddox Muir. Stands way forward in that right-handed batter's box. His front foot looks like it's on the chalk and takes a strike. 1-1. I imagine when he strides, if he strides, he's out of the box on the front end. Something to look at. No, he puts it up and puts it down. Picks it up and puts it down. Strike 2. Good pitch there. Nice mix of pitches here from Shaw. Is 1 strike away from a really fast 1-2-3 inning. Ground ball past the mound. Tough play for Ward. Gloves it. Beautiful play. Flawless glove work there by the middle infielder Hunter Ward for South, and it is a 1-2-3 inning. So South will be sending their 7, 8, 9 batters to the plate here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Trying to add to their 2-0 lead. It'll be Jake O'Connor, Alex Hulfatcher, and Leo Capico. Jake O'Connor, the designated hitter in this game, drawing leadoff duty here in the 4th inning of the scheduled 7. Of course, that's the drawback if you're a DH or you just love to hit, being the home team, is you might get 1 less at bat than the other guys. If things go well, you'll be ahead by the time the last inning, the 7th inning rolls around. And then, of course, if you're ahead after the top of the 7th, game over. So no guarantees that Jake will get more than, well, he'll probably get 3 at bats at least, barring shutdown pitching here. But this is his 2nd at bat. He popped up to second his first time up as that ball goes to the backstop. So a rare wild one there from Patrick Folis, right-handed starter for Bedford. The 1-0. Big swing, pops the mitt with the fastball up and away. 1-1. That might have been a smidge out of the zone, but definitely looking for the 1-0 fastball and getting it. It was tough for O'Connor to lay off. That one's in the dirt. Easy take there, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike as pawing at the mound a little bit. Folis doesn't look really comfortable with his footing at this point. Hard hit and through the left side. Tomahawking that fastball was O'Connor. A valiant effort at third base from Crowley, but not able to glove that one. And it is a leadoff single here in the fourth inning for Jake O'Connor. Alex Hulthacker has grounded out to the shortstop in one at bat so far this afternoon. The catcher for the Panthers looks at a strike, a generous strike call. Oh and 1. Alex, who has entertained us for a couple years on the basketball court, showing off his multi-sport skills here this afternoon once again as the Panthers catcher. Battling though against Folis, down on the count 0-2 as he checks in with his quick move, his A move to get O'Connor, who is only a step off the base. 2 steps make that 2.5. Pitch swung on and missed, strike 3. So going with the straight heat there was Folis as he gets his 3rd strikeout of the game. South's done a pretty good job of avoiding strikeouts though in this one. 3 Ks for Folis as he works here in the 4th inning. A lot of big hits in the game. One big hit in the game, I should say. Dean Adams has both runs batted in. South started this game with 3 straight hits, and it's been the difference. Double for River Hart, single for De La Rosa. There goes the runner. Good throw to second, and he got him. A tag on the back, although a mystified Jake O'Connor. O'Connor thought that he had slid with no tag and that maybe it was a phantom tag by shortstop Ryan Giuliano. If that was the case, he sold it well because the umpire didn't have a good angle to see any space between the glove and the runner's back as O'Connor slid in. Line drive caught by the shortstop. So Giuliano tags him out and catches one, and quickly via shortstop, Bedford out of what would have been any kind of a rally there for South. 2-0 as we go to the top of the 5th inning. That was Leo Capico who lined out. Got a single, caught stealing, strikeout, and a line out. So it'll be back to the top of the order for the Panthers. And they'll be hoping more of the that recipe that they had for 2 runs back in the 1st inning from those top 3 batters. But for the right now, they've got to work on protecting this 2-0 lead. John Collins joined by our camera crew today. Michaela Savageau of Nashua South, and of course Tim O'Neill at sunny Holman Stadium. Just a hint of clouds in the sky right now. Temperature in the 60s with the sunshine after a sweltering weekend. A beautiful late May day for baseball, and Bedford didn't come here to score no runs. You got to imagine this is a key inning for South starting pitcher Nicholas Shaw, who's been brilliant, mixing up his pitches and throwing tons of strikes. He has not wasted any on 0-2. That's the thing that really jumps out at me. How many times on 0-2 he goes right for strike 3, and he's had a couple of at-bats where the batters have had a battle to stay alive and the counts remained 0-2 until something happens, either a hit or an out. But definitely keeping his fielders engaged as he's had some great defense, especially from his second baseman Hunter Ward. But everybody has contributed defensively. So it will be 6, 7, and 8 due up for Bedford. Armand Rollo, the DH, followed by Crowley and Folis due up for Bedford here in the 5th. That one misses. Starting off with the slow stuff. Away. Shaw. Now it's 1-0. Floats one high, 2-0. So guaranteed way to jinx the pitcher. Talk about how many strikes he's been throwing and nothing else. So it's 2-0 quickly to the leadoff batter here in the 5th inning. Foul straight back. For a guy that can pop the mitt, it takes a lot of guts actually to throw the ball that slow down the middle, I think, to keep the hitters off balance on the part of Nicholas Shaw. Rollo certainly had a mighty cut at that. The pitch. That one's also a changeup. 2-2. 2 quick strikes by way of the changeup. Let's see if he tries something fast. For a pitcher like this, the fastball is actually the changeup. Another slow one, and that's in the infield. Long run for everybody, and Halfacker couldn't track it down. I lost sight of the ball there for a second as it bounced off his glove right in line with the fielder. But it's down, and fortunately for Alex, everybody was looking at the catcher like it was his ball. It really wasn't. That's a long way to go for a ball that doesn't have a lot of height on it. I've seen some, I think it's Greg Phillips for the Tampa Bay Rays, a pitcher, catch one about that type of pop-up. One of the many position players that have been pitching in garbage time, late inning blowout games in the majors. Ground ball foul, and he was able to catch a pop-up right in front of his own, or the third base dugout, sliding. Beautiful play. Brett Phillips, his name is, for Tampa, coming off the mound. But you have to be really gung-ho if you're a pitcher and want to get one of those pop-ups. Got to think of yourself as another infielder as that ball goes over into the evergreens here at Holman Stadium. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Could this be a rarest of rare 3-ball count from Shaw? No, it's a base hit to left field as he continues to pound the zone, and Rollo pounds the baseball for a base hit leading off here in the 5th inning. So Bedford trying to get something going. Scoreless to this point, trailing 2-0. Their pitcher has kept them in the game after surrendering 2 quick runs to the top of the South batting order back in the 1st inning. 3 straight hits and 2 runs. That has been it offensively since then. Bedford bunting here. Crowley lays it down back to the pitcher. Shaw will take the out. So Bedford playing small ball here, down by 2, content to put a runner into scoring position as Crowley gives himself up on a sac bunt. 1 down. Patrick Folis, number 9 batter in the order. The Bedford starting pitcher digs in, trying to plate the game's first run with a base hit here as Rollo leads off of second. Strike called as the plate grows wings once again on those tailing fastballs that seem to be closer to the batter's stripe there than the plate. But the pitch, that's a backdoor strike coming right over the corner. 2 quick strikes to Folis. Be forced to swing at anything close here, and as we've said, Nicholas Shaw's been treating 0-2 like 3-2, just throwing nothing but strikes. There's another one. Ground ball is going to be a tough play. Ward sliding, throwing. In time, Hunter Ward with a sparkling play, throw to third, safe. As Isaiah Hedquist tried to make a double play out of it. Hunter Ward putting on a show at second base today. Not an easy play, throws from his knees and a good dig on the other end from Hedquist. 2 outs in the inning. A little bit of hidden ball action looked like over at third base after that initial tag, and Armand Rollo's going to need a minute as he rolled around in the dirt for a bit. Maybe hurt his elbow or something. Scraped it up. What a play by Hedquist. He's not only taking a hit away, just getting there and making the throw on line. Gave Hedquist a chance to scoop it up, and he did. 2 outs. Bedford threatening still with a runner at third. Big swing and a miss to the lead hitter in the order, Ethan LaRochelle, getting his 3rd at bat here against Nicholas Shaw. LaRochelle is grounded to second and lined out to center field. Got robbed of a hit, actually, by River Hart. Cue shot off the netting. Good catch by the South coach. 0-2. And don't touch that channel because you know this is going to be a strike. That's how Nicholas Shaw operates on 0-2. And it is ground ball at Hunter Ward. Bobble, throw to first in time. That would have been a shame to miss that fairly easy one for Ward after all the plays that he has made, but he recovers in time and gets the runner hustling down the line for out number 3. And a big sigh of relief there for Ward. That would have been a run scored for Bedford had he not made that play. So it is out number 3. So we go to the bottom of the 5th. Nashua South 2 and Bedford nothing. Just a well-played game. I'm looking at the times. I have 4-3 in the score sheet, indicating a ground ball to second base and throw to first for the out. 6 of them. 6 4-3 putouts for Hunter Ward in this game. Shortstop's been a lonely position. Albert De La Rosa is yet to get a ground ball at shortstop. It's been 6 ground balls to second and 6 outs recorded by Hunter Ward. All over the place, too, up the middle, in the hole, right at him. Slowly hit at him. A clinic. So bottom 5 we go, and South could use a couple of insurance runs. They have had nothing since the first 3 batters of the game, and the first 3 batters of the game for South are due up right now. It'll be River Hart, followed by Albert De La Rosa, and then Dean Adams. River lined a hard double to the left center field gap, leading off the offense for South, followed by De La Rosa's hit to right field, and Dean Adams plating both of them with a single to left. So that's how the scoring happened in this game, and that's all of the scoring as Hart looks at a bender up for ball 1, facing Patrick Folis. Very high in the air as Folis came after him with the heat. Hart was actually a little too early on it, and he's got another life. River hustling all the way for a ball that looked destined for foul territory, just in case the wind blew it back fair. And a long run for the left fielder for Bedford, Dominic Tagliaferro, but probably an infielder's ball. Just not a good read for the Bedford shortstop or third baseman to get over there in time, and the ball falls. So River Hart lives in this at bat for another pitch. 1 ball and 1 strike, the count. Boy, he jumped all over that fastball. That's outside as Folis pops the mitt. Folis has a penchant for challenging these top of the order hitters with the heat. The 2-1. That's a bender that doesn't find the corner. Good mix there by Folis. 3-1. The umpire has the count, and we have it on the scoreboard as well. The pitch. Outside, it's a leadoff walk to Hart. So Folis did start nibbling a little bit and pitching him carefully after that huge cut he had on the fastball. Hart, a threat to go at first. Albert De La Rosa, 2 for 2 in this one. Single to right, inside the line, single to left, inside the third base bag. Both hard hit, up and away. Ball 1. De La Rosa can hit fastballs, he can hit curveballs, so not too many go-to pitches here for Folis. That's hard hit to left and high, and at the track, putting it away The left fielder, Tagliaferro, tagging up from first and going to second. That's heads-up baseball by River Hart as he's in scoring position on a long and loud flyout by Albert De La Rosa. And once again, that did sound a bit like the end of the bat instead of barrel that might have propelled it out of here. Right to the edge of the warning track. Tagliaferro, good job of tracking that down. There goes Hart on the first pitch, throw to third, and the higher throw gets him in there. Certainly would have been a lot closer had Cade Corbett put that one on the base. Forced to leave his feet. Crowley, by the time he came down, River Hart had slid into the base safely. Good jump and good baseball. He's in on a lookout. Hart at third base with less than 2 outs means that Dean Adams has a chance for another RBI here in this game. He's got the 2 only runs batted in of the contest so far. The infield is in all the way around, the 1-1, and this is where left-handed slugger like Dean Adams facing a right-handed pitcher for the third time is salivating at what he could do in this situation with the infield in. Basically, he just wants to hit it hard, very hard someplace, and take his chances it's not right at somebody. The 1-1, that's outside as Folis certainly popping the mitt, but a foot outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. The pitch, that's up. 3 balls and 1 strike. Folis walked the leadoff batter Hart, in danger of walking Adams here, but might not be the worst thing to happen as Adams grounds that foul. Kind of got that ball in on his hands a little bit, couldn't keep it fair. So it's 3-2. Dean Adams, the third baseman for South, awaiting the 3-2 pitch. Line drive, base hit, and Adams has his 3rd run batted in of the game. Again, going the other way to drive in a run. In the first inning, he drove in 2. Here he drives in 1, and it's a 3-0 South lead as River Hart scores for the 2nd time in this game. The pitch. Strike 1 to Isaiah Hedquist, who has reached on a fielder's choice and flied to center. Fouled off to the right. Dean Adams has hit the ball hard 3 times in this game. His out was a line out to the right fielder. Crespo hardly had to move, or that could have been extra bases. Hedquist awaiting the 0-2 pitch. Line drive to center is going to hang up there for out number 2. Well positioned in center field, Ethan Larichelle. So 2 down, still a man at first for South, and here's Devin Sawyer, who has walked and struck out. Strike outside corner at the knees to Sawyer, the left fielder for South. Part of the solid defensive effort that Panthers have put up in this game. Pops it into the seats to our right. Oh and 2, 2 down. Talked about how many pitches that Shaw puts in the strike zone on 0-2, and Folis has been doing the same thing until now. As he bounces that one to the backstop, a wild pitch, and down to second goes Dean Adams. In scoring position here for Sawyer. 1-2 pitch on the way. Strike called, and that's the inning. Borderline call, but it is strike 3 looking. And South will have to be content with the 1 run. As we go to the top of the 6th, it's a 3-0 Nashua South lead here at historic Holman Stadium. Top 6 here at Holman as Bedford still seeking their first run of the game, now trailing 3-0 after surrendering a solo run there in the bottom of the 5th inning. We welcome our Bedford viewers on BCTV. If you're watching on Tuesday, May 24, you're watching it live. First pitch swinging. Ground ball to De La Rosa shows off that arm. 1 up, 1 pitch, 1 down in the Bedford 6th. That was Ethan LaRochelle, who did not make the last out of the 5th inning. That was Dominic Tagliaferro. So that was LaRochelle's 3rd look at Nicholas Shaw. And he's 0 for 3, a comfortable 0 for 3 at that. He hit that one pretty hard, but right at the shortstop. First pitch swinging also, Cade Corbett. A lazy fly ball. River Hart jogs it down. And we have 2 outs on 2 pitches here in the Bedford 6th. This is a situation where, I don't know, unwritten baseball rules say that Ryan Giuliano's supposed to take a pitch here and not swing at the first thing he sees, because then it'll be a 3-pitch inning possibly. Always hated that rule, because usually it's that. You see a ball, it's just absolutely a meatball, and you're like, I could have really crushed that, but I wasn't allowed to swing at it. The 0-1 now. Same pitch, and really the same result, another strike, as certainly Giuliano did not get cheated, but fouls it off, and it's no balls and 2 strikes. Ground out to short, fly ball to center, ground ball to third, and what a play by Adams to Hedquist across the diamond. South absolutely flashing the leather here this afternoon at historic Holman Stadium, all the way around. The second baseman, the shortstop there, De La Rosa finally got a grounder, and then now Adams to finish it off. Bedford not getting any help whatsoever from the South defense. In fact, the opposite is true. 3-0 as we go to the bottom of the 6th, and what South hopes will be their final time at bat in this game, looking for insurance runs. This game makes up for that softball game we did, Tim. I mean, this is as far as defensive effort goes, this is opposite world. Tremendous defense. I'm talking about the South-North girls softball game that was a treat to do. I mean, that was quite the setting, a night game at Rivier. But a few more plays could have been made. Let's leave it there. 19-11, I think it was. Yeah, 30 runs scored. And not too many earned runs in that game, I might add. This one, though, wow. And I'm still going to give at least partial credit to the grounds crew here at Holman, because these infielders are trusting the bounces. This is game 1 of a high school doubleheader at historic Holman Stadium today. The second game, 7 o'clock start scheduled, is Bishop Girton. I knew it was a B word. Bishop Girton is actually hosting North. BG is going to play the role of the home team, even though it's here in Nashua. A Nashua high school team, North, taking on BG. And I'll have that game with Tom King alongside. So going the distance just about here, it appears. Patrick Folis. Nothing but strikes. Ground ball, foul. And that was a tough call for the home plate umpire to make. Ball got down there quickly, and it just went foul in the middle of the last hop, I think, as it passed by the third base bag to the left. Looked like a good call from here, too. 0-2 is the count on the leadoff batter in the inning for South. Right up the silo, and Folis will take it by himself. Wasn't going to get any help, so he might as well. A pop-up. Hunter Ward is out to start things here in the 6th. Jake O'Connor is singled and popped out. He was caught stealing. There's a high fly to right. Crespo starts back, now comes in and makes the catch. Nearly eluded him there as he might have been fooled a bit by the wind, knocking it down back toward the infield, but he made the play. So 2 out quickly in the South 6th. As the home team bats with a 3-0 lead. Olis still has something in the tank here as he pops the mitt, strike swinging on Alex Hulfacker, trying to extend the inning with 2 outs and nobody on. Pop up, foul. 0-2 as the ball rattles around below us. A couple of fans fortunate not to get clipped by the bouncing ball. Went through the seats. Ground ball inside the third base bag. Up with it. Crowley crossed the diamond in time. A good play by Carter Crowley at third base for Bedford. So it's a 1-2-3 inning, and we go to the top of the 7th. Bedford trailing 3-0. Has some work to do against South starter Nicholas Shaw. I'm waiting to see if Nicholas retakes the mound. I have no reason to think he won't. The South lefty flirting with a complete game shutout. Something that you just do not see at the major league level anymore. So it's a treat to see it at other levels of baseball, and that could be the case right here. 7-inning game. Nicholas Shaw scoops up the ball, and he will throw his warm-up tosses. Bedford, meanwhile, were huddling down in front of the third base dugout, talking some strategy, which must involve scoring some runs. You would imagine at this point, trailing 3-0. I think every pregame huddle, for at least for visiting teams, let's jump on them early. Let's score a bunch of runs. That plan hasn't worked so far today. That's the plan that every single team has in every field everywhere. Let's jump on them early. And then you run into the starting pitcher for the other team, and it's Pedro Martinez, and he might have other ideas. Easier said than done is what I'm saying. But now the saying shifts. Now the saying is better late than never. And it starts with scoring the first run, and that's something that hasn't been done yet against young Mr. Nicholas Shaw, who wears number 6, my favorite number, the one I wear, and you don't see it on the mound too often, though, number 6. I think Rico Petrocelli, number 6, Red Sox Hall of Famer, could attest. First shortstop to hit 40 home runs, resides right here in Nashua, New Hampshire. Rico Petrocelli. Just saw him again. Somebody put up on social media, Facebook, I think, what the baseball page I follow, the 1969 American League All-Star lineup, and there was Rico right there on the foul line, lining up for the introductions alongside the likes of Frank Robinson and Reggie Jackson. And there's a first pitch swing by Crespo. High fly to left center. River Hart makes it a routine play. 1 up, 1 pitch, 1 down. We've seen a lot of that here in this game. Bedford down to their last 2 outs now. A lot of these batters have had comfortable offers against this lefty starter, Nicholas Shaw, who's been brilliant. Maddox Muir, one of those offer guys that trying to get his first base hit. Looks at a bender right down the middle. He struck out and grounded out to second. A lot of people have grounded out to second in this game. Hunter Ward is perfect there at second. 6 assists. 2 quick strikes on Maddox Muir. Maddox hit a hard, long foul ball earlier, but not much other contact. That one's fouled off to the right. He had pulled that one earlier in the game, but otherwise, not a lot of balls squared up against Shaw. And Nicholas features a lot of slow pitches, but enough deception. There it is, just a hair high, I guess. It's a tough pitch to take in this game. Shadows creeping up over home plate for the first time. Probably no effect on Maddox Muir. Looks at a ball in the dirt. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bedford trailing 3-0 down to their last 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Ground ball snagged. Shaw makes it look routine. Frustrating day for Bedford, and that's the epitome right there. Right back to the pitcher, and on the follow through, that's about where Shaw comes to square up to the plate. He hardly had to move the glove. 2 down, and down to their last out now. Armand Rollo has been Bedford's best hitter. They have 3 hits. He has 2 of them. He's 2 for 2. Is Rollo in the DH spot, trying to extend the game. Fouls that one off. It's 0-1. The pitch. Fouls that one off. It's 0-2. Be funny if they threw that one back in. I caught cement over here. It's talking about how many balls they throw out in the major league games for getting scuffed. 0-2 is the count on Rollo. And the pitch. Ripped foul. He couldn't keep it fair. In on the hands. It would be fitting if this game ended on an 0-2 pitch, because Nicholas Shaw has pitched, it seems, 0-2 on everybody. And that's in the dirt, though. 1-2 is the count on the Bedford DH. Ground ball to his right. De La Rosa can't get there, and it's a base hit in the hole. 3 hits in the game for Armand Rollo. Bedford has 4 hits overall. Who wants the last one? South coaching staff wants to know. As Carter Crowley steps in, Crowley, the only left-handed hitter in Bedford's lineup, has sacrificed and popped up to third. Ground ball foul. Apparently the first base coach wanted the last one off the shins. Nah, probably didn't want it off the shins. That's what he got. Got to catch it out in front. The 0-1 pitch to Crowley. Lefty on lefty here. That's a strike on the outside corner. Great pitch. And you think about how many right-handed batters that Nicholas Shaw has had to face in this game, all but Crowley. And he's pitching a shutout. Ripped to right, I spoke too early maybe, as that ball gets down in the corner, and it's going to rattle around. And they will hold the runners, and a clutch 2-out double by Carter Crowley to extend the ball game further. They put 2 runners in scoring position. And how big was that insurance run that South scored now? Because they have a 3-run lead, and Bedford has 2 runners in scoring position with 2 out. Here's the starting pitcher for Bedford, Patrick Folis, who's got to feel a little bit like he could change his luck in this game with 1 swing. Big swing there Of course, ideally for Folis would be to drive in two and put himself in scoring position. But he swung through that one. The 0-1 pitch from Nicholas Shaw. And he fouls it off to the right. Is it playable? Caught for the ending out of the game. Isaiah Hedquist gets over there and makes a tough play, a foul pop. The gloves on the warning track, and that is the final out of the contest. It got interesting there right at the very end, but it turns into a complete game shutout for Nashua High South's number 6, Nicholas Shaw, your player of the game, along with Dean Adams, his third baseman, who drove in all 3 runs. Congratulations to both teams on a fine season to date, and good luck in the playoffs. The final score for this first game of a high school baseball doubleheader here at Holmen: Nashua High South 3 and Bedford 0. Thanks to our BCTV viewers, thanks to our camera crew, Michaela Savaggio, who went the distance from Nashua High South, and Tim O'Neill. If you're watching on Nashua ETV, we'll be doing the second game as well here on channel 96 or 99. Do we know? Both. Okay, on 96. 7 o'clock scheduled start. That'll be BG versus North. I'll be doing the game. John Collins along with Tom King here on Nashua ETV. Good evening from Holmen Stadium, everybody.